Yes, we have Hoard of the Dragon Queen. Monday mornings, 10 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Hoard of the Dragon Queen is in part 6. That means that they are in Castle Neritar right now, storming it. Everything, along with all the dangers that come along with that, as the party had seen last session. But looks like they're all ready and set in the tavern, so let's go see them. Good morning.
I don't
everyone.
drink if I'm going to.
Hello.
You don't drink?
I don't drink if I'm going to swim
Oh.
or like dealing with water.
That's
so like,
smart.
I mean, that's wise.
I bet you that lowers your chance of
Saturday,
drowning.
I floated the river.
Ah.
Yes, Saturday I floated the river,
Yeah.
and my friends were drinking, but I won't drink
That's
if
smart.
I'm dealing with water.
Yep, that's smart. I definitely don't have that
I mean,
same
I have
philosophy.
a Marine dad, so I don't think he would let me.
Yeah, I made the
I have a Marine
mistake.
dad. He's like, yeah, no.
Yeah, I made the mistake one time of getting really drunk on the river when we were floating. And I was like half passing out, half just kind of falling asleep because the sun
Was it
beats
the
down
Wolf
on
River?
you. Yeah, the Wolf River.
The Wolf
'Cause-
River will get you though,
Oh
and
my
the Wolf River
goodness.
is why I cannot drink summer shandy ever again.
I have a losing streak with that river.
Yep, me too.
But yeah, like
Apparently-
the sun was just beating down on you, you know? So like if you get drunk, it just makes it that much worse because the sun's like sucking out all your energy. So I was like,
Yep.
you know, it's a good idea for me to take a nap. I woke up with like half of my head under the water. Like my nose was above, but like one of my eyes was shut and it was like under the water line.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I
that-
woke up
that
and
was me
I'm looking at
yesterday.
everybody else. Everybody else is just like talking like normal and having fun. And I'm like, wow, I don't even know if anybody knew that I was sleeping. Yeah, that was kind
Yeah.
of scary. I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna drink some water now.
Yeah, the last time I went down the Wolf River was my last time because we went down it twice, and I don't remember the second trip down. And well, between the sun and like you mentioned and all that, it was a very hot, sunny day. And apparently, I was up and at it, like I wasn't passed out. Like there was apparently this really like stuck-up kid bragging about his dad's brewery, but he didn't know how to shotgun a beer, so I got offended, and I had to show him up and teach this snobby kid whose parents owned a brewery how to shotgun a beer.
So
And he's like,
I guess my real question is, why aren't you playing a dwarf? Your dad owns a brewery and you don't even know how to shotgun a beer.
Oh, because I don't live that life anymore. I enjoy what I'm drinking, but I don't drink like that anymore.
Oh man, they teach you young in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
You learn from it pretty quickly.
Hmm.
Yeah, floating's fun, but
Congratulations, it's a girl and having a beer right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they legitimately, like, kids can go into bars and have drinks legally with their parents.
Yep, it's part of the culture.
The heck?
Yeah.
I saw a billboard just driving this weekend, and it said like kids in Wisconsin start drinking around the age of 13. Like,
That sounds about right.
are you talking to your kids? You know, like it was like one of those billboards, like, you know, kind of bringing awareness. And I was like, yeah, I remember in middle school people talking about having beers over at a friend's house. I actually didn't drink till I didn't have my first beer. I didn't go to my first party till I was like 17.
I'm not gonna lie, my parents were all in that, and they made their own, like, beer and their own wine and all this. And, like, I remember, like, there'd be nights I'd get home from youth group, and my mom would, like, make me a pina colada.
Oh
was
my
in the,
gosh, you guys.
Yeah.
I was in the nerdy group in high school, and we didn't drink, but I drank at home with my parents though. Like
See,
like whiskey and cherry Coke, I absolutely love.
yeah, see, that I actually think is probably the best outcome. Cause like what I did is what a lot of people run into problems with is, you know, you're kind of sheltered, and then when you're like in high school, you know, you go to parties and your first experience being drunk is with friends and it's unsupervised, and that's when problems happen. I actually think like if your parents kind of slowly expose you to it, I think that's actually better, because then when you go to college, you know what you're doing rather than getting shit-faced drunk and passing out at parties. So Jacob, I actually think you did it the absolute right way, because you know you knew your tolerance while you were with your parents, because your parents could help, whereas your friends are just all getting drunk and smashed.
Yeah.
That's when bad stuff happens.
Well, and occasionally we'd have friends over, and they would like let us have a few like drinks like downstairs and whatnot. But yeah, it was really just with the parents.
Yeah, but I mean that's the thing, it's supervised, so your parents can like be like, okay, let's cut it off when you start getting out of hand.
Or
Yep.
like, you know, they let you get a little bit, you know, like let you, like once you're a certain age, let you have a little too much to drink and be like, yeah, you see how that is? You see how you had no control? Yeah, that's what being drunk is. Do it here.
Because I remember being in college, because like I had a high tolerance and I drank a lot of beer. And in college, I just remember like seeing some people that like it was obviously their first time drinking and they just got like smashed to the point that it scared.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like alcohol poisoning levels.
Yeah. And then nobody wants to call the cops. It's
Well,
like, okay, you got a person that could be dying on your couch and you're really worried about like the party getting broken up. I mean, come on, where are your priorities?
Yep.
And Drake says he got stationed in Germany when he was 18 in the army. He learned quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have what you call light beer. Light beer is non-existent in Germany.
Well, that was my oldest brother. He got stationed in Korea when he was 18 or 19. So they had soju, and he got like, he came home and like nothing got him drunk ever.
Soju is so good.
Soju?
It's a Korean like rice alcohol that's
Okay.
it's along kind of the same lines as vodka, but without the harshness. Like,
And it's
like
very strong.
Okay.
yes, like you could just drink it and it tastes like just like spicy water. I don't know how to put it.
Oh.
Habusaki.
Yeah, like kind of like sake. It's along the same lines as sake. Yes.
Isn't
But
I've
it's
had sake. Isn't it? Is it like kind of like a sweeter alcohol?
Soju isn't as sweet as sake is, because soju's usually meant to like be, it's more of a mixing thing,
Okay.
while sake's meant to be, you know, drunk straight.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's usually like 60% the good stuff is,
Gotcha.
and you can't taste it.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. 60%. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a big drinker. I'm literally only a social drinker. The only time I ever actually want to have drink, people, which I'm actually glad for, because like another thing is like in college, all of a sudden a lot of people are becoming alcohol dependent because they just do it so often and just become part of their life. I'm really glad I never got. Anyway, talking about alcohol and beer and everything a little too much.
It's been a while since we've had such a long pre-play talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose we should get to playing.
So we have a very interesting, chaotic, and worrisome but fun point in the campaign right now. Move it a little bit here.
Small point of order, Freddy returns the short sword back to Ureva.
Oh, I wanted to check Drowmore's body.
Yep, we'll
I
get
had
to
to
that.
remember that.
I say, hold on.
Get to that.
Oh
Okay.
no!
We learned about
Before
jumping
I
into things
forget.
immediately.
We haven't even done introductions
Almost
yet either.
forgot.
Yes. So here we are, Hoard of the Dragon Queen, part 6. We are in session 8 of this session, and we are well underway. Because last session, the party was down underneath in the caverns after having slain Farblux Spattergoo, his retinue of guards, quite handily. But party had once again discovered the dangers that are ever present beyond what creatures they may. And vases dropping from the ceiling afflicted 2 of the members with a madness of the mind. And as Uthar was on the edge yelling, "Ocean madness! Ocean madness!" Hawkeye and Ireva were seeing demonic frog-like creatures in the other party members. But they handled it quite well, not allowing the afflicted party members to wander off, hurt themselves or others, taking their time to let it kind of fade away, let the venom, this affliction, kind of wear itself off. Enough time. But as they were discussing their next movements, sounds were heard on the stairway across leading down. The sound of webbed feet tracking on the hard stone ground alerted the party to a presence. And in their torchlight, looking beyond, just barely in the shadows, Ireva saw the form of a small bullywug turning and disappearing down the stairway. The chase was on. They quickly ran to try and catch it, or it could warn its Hoard, its brethren, in any adjacent rooms. They were not fast enough. As they stood in the misty chamber, the decision was quickly made to use a shortcut, where they had discovered a winch and pulley on an overlook overhanging the misty chamber, knew that there was a ladder leading upwards. So instead of going to the lake, where undoubtedly they would have another battle, they ran across up the ladder to get to the entryway for which they had first come down. And with another battle avoided, they saw and heard, rather, the sounds of battle overhead. The stairways leading up into the Great Hall, where the cultists had been eating, having their breakfast, their lunch, or whatever. They, Uthar, before ascending, actually was confronted with a body falling down the steps. A cultist who had been injured with a little bit of blood on his side crashed down the steps, giving foreboding thoughts as to what could be going on. Cultists were being affronted, likely by the lizard folk. For the few quick stabby stabs they killed this cultist, congregated together, readying to move up. And so they did. And in the Great Hall, the cultists were fighting off lizard folk that had made their way inside. Who knows exactly what caused this division, because the party had thought that the lizard folk meant for none of the cultists to be injured. They did not want to break this alliance. But nonetheless, the lizard folk were on the attack. After a long battle, with many different sides being fought, lizard folk one by one fell to the cultists. These were not the seasoned warriors that might have been expected for the cult, but rather laborers, and they quickly fell under the savage onslaught of these lizard folk and the combined might of the party. And in the chaos around the castle, many other smaller battles were being fought, and the lizard folk were on the hunt for bullywug. As the party members looked on, they saw many forms of dead bullywug laying on the ground, with lizard folk moving quickly from space to space, room to room, smelling and looking side to side, their weapons bloody. As the party thought to cut off the head of the snake, so to say, they figured to move up into second floor chambers in search of some of the leaders of the cult. But a lone fireball cast out of a central tower gave signal that maybe such leaders were on their way to the party. So they hunkered down in the Great Hall, waiting to see where figures would come from. And as Freddy turned a doorway, he saw standing before his face the very red wizard for which such hatred had brewed between the party and him, Osbara Joss. While Osbara seemed to be attempting to make his escape, party got ready. Freddy had given warning, but Osbara is no figure to be trifled with, and a lone fireball once more cast nearly decimated the party. Misty stepped out of danger into a hallway, attempting to escape. No avail, for the party licking their wounds, and the situation was looking dire, for more figures of prominence emerged. One Dralmor Borngray, a half-elf, made his appearance next to Osbara. He and his cultists and other guard drakes had appeared, were giving more problems for the party as they found themselves flanked on the other side, with Rezmir and a small contingent of guards had come down from their tower. Rezmir and Osbara just wanted to get out. They did not want to be bothered with this insurgency, but Dralmor had everything to lose, and so he stood his ground trying to fend off this party, and he would have succeeded if not for Uthar amassing the lizard folk, combining them together, bringing giant lizards into the fray. And they fended off the remaining cultists as Osbara and Rezmir disappeared down across the northern doorway, undoubtedly moving down within the caverns. That brings us to the present moment, where victory, at least for the time being, has been found. Ureva, Hawkeye, Freddy, and Vmok all lay bloody and ragged from their wounds. Uthar still standing with some wounds of his own. Looking around, there's no immediate threat and no immediate danger. But the battle is not over. How do you want to do this, guys?
Freddy walks over to Ureva, pulls the short sword out from the back of his tunic, and hands it back to her. I took it while you were unconscious, and I'm sorry, but I thought I was in need of it. I had been disarmed.
She'll look at Freddy and nod. At this point, Freddy, you saved my life enough that you don't need to explain it. But I do appreciate the returning of it. That was a difficult battle. I only wish that we could have taken Osbara down while we had the chance.
As do I. I'm gonna put the short sword in the party sheet, if you want to pick it up.
We in initiative order.
You are not.
Vmok's going to stand up. And give Uthar a big old bear hug. You are alive! I was beginning to wonder about you, my friend.
Yes, I did not think aggravating, scary dragon woman would be smartest tactic, so
Demon didn't
I
ever
left
see her.
instead.
Not gonna lie, Furbolg. I thought you had left us. I'm glad to see you return. And with reinforcements as well, looking at the lizard folk.
Yes, they are very unhappy that Colt is not letting them kill frogs. So this best they will offer is they want to kill frog, and Colt would stop them.
Demok still has Uthar in a big barrel.
This works to our advantage.
Since you're actually holding Uthar and I still have Jamna in one hand, so you're holding two of us.
However, the four of us are very badly wounded. At the very least, we should take a short rest and try to recover some HP. Or recover some of our stamina.
Did Dragon Lady leave?
She
What
chased
dragon
after
lady
the.
do you speak of?
She left chasing after the red wizard that we're hunting.
She went this way. Freddy points towards the Great Hall and then directs north towards the cavern, the catacombs entrance.
Did the red wizard
would
look
be-
like a red wizard, or did he still look like what he looked like before?
His head was not covered, so the tattoos on his head were in plain sight.
Demok sets Uthar down and looks at Ureva. Who was this man that you hate so much, and why do you hate him?
He
Oh.
is the definition of evil in this world, Vimak. And we had a comrade fall before our eyes, and before we could even take a moment to honor his loss, that man stole his body and undoubtedly plans to raise him from the dead and use his deceased body for his own evil deeds.
Ooh,
Emok, have you heard of the Wizards of Thay?
probably not. They're a pretty self-contained community, so I mean they have traded with nasty downlanders for things that they need, but they probably would not have heard of Thay or red wizards before. But they know what necromancy is. But no, he probably would not have heard of the red wizards of Thay. He does know what necromancy is, and they don't like it very much.
Yeah.
But
Well, in short, Emok, he is a necromancer of the worst kind.
And he plays a big part in the mission of this cult to bring this dragon back.
so if he is dealing with bringing undead back to life, or bringing the dead back to life, and dealing with necromancy, then yes, it is someone that must be dealt with. Yes?
Yes.
Without
I'm
a
so
doubt.
happy you are still with us, Uthar. I knew you would not leave us.
I would definitely not leave you, sir.
Where are these
Hey.
lizards and people going?
I believe I sent them down to fight Bullywug in Lake. I do not believe they will kill your wizard or stand to Dragon Lady, but that is, and the guy just looks at how rag you all are, says that is
Vimok is very
probably
hurt.
not worth fight.
Yeah. We are
Most
all
of you look almost dead.
we are all like within 5 HP of dying.
Oh
No,
yeah, I can
we
see
must-
those bars. Well, I was gonna say I can see those bars, but I can barely see those bars.
We must be at greater strength if we are to come across them and hope to win.
Poke my head in this room here. Like I can kind of see inside of it, but
Give me one
Okay,
second.
so that's- there's up. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Hawkeye looking through Dralmore's, excuse me, looking through Dralmore's body. You can find a longsword, a dagger, studded leather armor, a shield, and some spell components.
Guys, do you want any of this stuff? I mean, I'm gonna take the spell components for sure to see what they are, but
That's
Dude.
just the generic stuff we cast spells with.
Yep. It's used to cast spells. I
it's
don't
nothing.
force you. Yeah, I don't force you guys to follow that because that's a huge time waste.
Say Eureka will.
Well, I mean, we all have our focuses that.
Yep.
Eureka will
seem
shout
different
back.
anyway.
Take what you feel is worth something or necessary. We have plenty of treasures to go through once we're out of here.
So Freddy will
I
walk
don't
kind of
remember what
closer to get
studded
eyes on
leather-
the item she's holding and just cast detect magic and see if they're magical.
yeah, hold them up.
All right, Freddy, you cast detect magic using your warlock invocation.
So I should put the
You
effect
see-
on myself again.
You see
Hawkeye is
nothing.
glowing.
Hawkeye has that faint glow reminiscent of a magic user. Dralmor Borngray's body is slowly fading. He is a magic user as well. But none of the weapons have anything magical about them.
Or the
Dralmor
studded leather
Borngray's
armor.
Dralmor Borngray's longsword is fading. The remnants of magic going away as he is dying, which, if you wish, you can make me an Arcana check.
Yeah, Freddy will take it. Kana.
Hey, pretty good.
Undoubtedly, some sort of spell was cast on his longsword. You remember him casting magic weapon, but this is something else. It's probably a bonded weapon. The weapon itself is not meant.
Okay.
Huh.
It's like his pack blade or something. So
Yeah.
it might have been warlock.
Yep,
Alright,
something similar to what you use.
Gotcha. So was his studded leathers glowing at all too? Like are they
No.
magic? Okay. Freddy will
Well,
then
if anybody's
say,
wearing leather, studded leather is an upgrade.
yeah. Freddy will then say,
Studded leather.
his items all appear to be common. I don't think they would replace any of the current weapons we have.
Because I remember I have to have stone in mine
Mhm.
versus metal.
Yep.
Ureva, do you have studded leather?
No, I was out of character. I was just looking up, like, if that's something I'd want to claim.
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
it is.
yes.
If you have leather, then it's 1 extra AC.
You're the only one, I
Okay.
think, that wears it.
Eureka will look at it and she'll kind of,
Wait, VMOC, do you have hide or are you wearing leather?
I don't wear any armor.
Excellent.
Well, if no one feels the need for this, I'm happy to take this. It'll be,
I've got all
it'll be a
naked.
bit of an upgrade.
I'm gonna walk over to her.
surprised
This
you have not
Eureka
noticed
flushes a little bit.
We
Uh-oh.
all noticed it. Nobody wants
Yes.
to talk about
Yep.
it.
Your junk is like at eye height for all of us.
All right, Ireva, you take the studded leather armor.
And I'm gonna start a short rest, I think, at the very least.
Okay.
I know we want to get going, we want to fight them, but we can't fight right now.
No.
Yeah, Uthar's gonna look around. Uthar's looking around for a room we could actually barricade for a longer stay.
And
Health is not enough
Eureka,
right now.
Eureka will just say, if we do decide to take a long rest, I don't, like, as you know, I can be alert for the entire time, so we don't need to do change of watch or anything like that. I can stay aware for the entire time.
I think we have defeated them. Yes.
For now.
We have defeated them as much as we are able to at this time.
It appears as
If
if
we
they have fled.
also, if we need to barricade a door, there's like all these bodies around here too. They're just not on the map.
Ark, but I like where your head's at.
I mean, we've done it before.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so Uthar, as you go into this room, the keep entrance. The entrance to the main keep is raised about 3 steps above the level of the inner ward. A stout wooden door in good repair bars it, but the door is not locked, so you are easily able to go inside as the door was open anyway. The front chamber is a small version of the Great Hall with a few tables and benches that appear to be pushed to the side as the figures that had came out were in a rush. And there is a spiral staircase that leads up to a second floor. You move within this room.
Treasure chest.
And you see that these rooms are well kept and furbished. Somebody of some importance must have been staying here. You also find a box of silver inlaid redwood in the corner, as well as another room over here.
Trying to keep my eye on my friend.
Call out because I saw him cast it. Hey, Fred, will you check box for magic? And then I'll just peek around this corner.
I still have it going on, so
Yeah.
Right, so Uthar, in this other room, you find a bed.
That's what I was kind of hoping for.
Hawkeye, don't touch the box.
Got it.
Everybody's just staring at Hawkeye enter the room.
She will slowly back away this way from the box.
Hawkeye ready to, or B-Mock ready to pounce.
It's gonna tackle. On the plus side, you could unarmed strike and definitely knock her out.
At this point,
I mean, yeah.
She only has, 4 hit points. That's what you would do, right? Because it's 1 plus your strength mod.
I think
You
it's
got
3,
4,
yeah.
right?
Nope, just 2.
Ureva sees the chest
You would
and
have
looks
to hit
at
her
Hawkeye
twice.
and just backs up a little bit.
I'm not gonna touch it. Okay.
Non-lethal damage with the glaive, right?
Yeah, whack it right in the pole. Yeah. Does Fred see
do
whether or
I
not it's
detect
magic?
anything?
Freddy,
No
make
magic
me
eye.
a thievery check.
Thievery.
Go ahead and roll it with
That's the
go ahead and roll it with advantage.
So a sleight of hand? Is that what you?
Thievery.
Yeah. There's no
Oh,
skill for
well-
that unless you have these tools. Like that's a tools check we can do, but there's no thievery skill in
Not in
5e.
5e.
Oh, gotcha. I understand. Yeah, sleight of hand. I was thinking 4th edition, I guess.
But wait,
Man.
hold on. He's not opening it yet, right?
Yep.
We just wanted
Nope.
to use his magic vision. Okay.
Okay, Freddy. This box is unassuming to those that are not learned in locks and the mechanisms for traps and other such. Looking at it, you would feel pretty confident to open it without any sort of danger, but your detect magic has allowed you to sense that there is something magical about this box. It is undoubtedly trapped. Make me an
Good thing I
Arcana
didn't touch
check.
it. Ocean madness.
Oh shit.
Okay, Freddy. It may be opened using your thieves' tools and will not set off the trap if you succeed by enough. So it is only if you fail your thieves' tools by a certain amount that it will set the trap off.
Okay. So the trap is magical from the inside, basically.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm gonna cast guidance on him if he's gonna try to do that.
Do not touch
Ooh.
the chest. It is trapped. However, it is not a mechanical one, but rather a magical one from inside.
So I'm
I
giving guidance to
give-
Freddy.
But I believe I can attempt to unlock it.
Right,
Can
Freddy.
since I'm also proficient with these tools, can I help him to give him advantage?
Yes, you may.
All right. Stack that bad boy and try not to explode, guys.
All right, Freddy, you
Every
may
chance to not explode.
you may attempt to unlock the box using advantage with help from Uthar, as well as you have the guidance on you to make a thieves' tools check.
Ureva will look
In a
at
way.
Vmok and say, Vmok, you keep an eye on this door. I'll guard this one just in case things go horribly.
Yes. He's looking up
Ground
the
is-
stairs and watching the doors.
All right. And let's go for it. Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
How did I roll a
Oh,
2
man.
and a 1?
Right? Damn it.
Okay,
The luck of
Freddy,
the dice.
you take some of your tools out of your, you take some of your like the forceps or whatever you call it out of your thieves' tools, and you insert them in. And Uthar's right next to you, kind of like, oh, that one might work, or try this one, or this is a strategy that I thought of. And instead, it seems a little distracting as you are right about to turn one of your tools to unlock the first latch. A moment of frustration causes your arm to tick, and you hear a click, and the trap sets off.
Ocean Madness.
No, I think this one's just gonna be Ocean go to sleep.
Yeah, this is probably Ocean dead.
You won't die. As long as Uthar's alive, I can just spare the dying on you. I'll keep you alive.
And that's our long rest, guys.
We get a dexterity save or anything from this?
So this is against you, Freddy, and
Okay. No ocean madness.
Everyone in a 5 square mile radius.
I was assuming Uthar was gonna
Please.
get it too, because I was my face just right up in there with him.
well, the specific thing says the person who opened the box. So Freddy, please make me a dexterity saving throw.
Jesus.
Oh, Lord.
That is
Age
a
of die.
fail.
Yeah.
Freddy, you take
And I'm down.
17 points of acid damage and fall down as it begins to char your skin.
Not my
What's
beautiful
that smell?
skin.
Here, click see acid. Momentary surprise, and then spare the dying to stabilize.
All right.
And look over at everybody and say, well, that did not go to plan.
What does that smell?
Ureva peeks her head back in the room.
It wasn't me this time.
When you open box, it's calculated risk. Vmok, will you put him in bed? He will need to sleep sometime.
Oh, yes. Mark picks him up. Oh,
I did not consent.
You're unconscious. You
Ew.
can't say anything.
oh, Freddy. That is gross.
They can't consent if they're unconscious.
Stop it. Puts him in the bed. Not real gentle about it.
Flop.
Yeah, pretty much. And comes
Is the
back.
chest safe to open now?
Oh my god, give it 2 seconds, Otto.
I don't know.
Well, so it did not unlock, correct? Like
It
it's
did
not like he
not.
unlocked it and then opened it and it sprayed acid. It like he failed. He was poking around at it and it just spit acid on him.
Correct.
All right, fuck it. I'll look over at Hawkeye and say, "Do you want to do? I'm going to try to open it."
Yeah, I'll give you some guidance.
Perhaps we should rest first.
Hey, thanks for the bits,
to be
Sven.
fair, I should have done it first because I have a lot more hit. I actually could have survived that, I think. But hey, we do what we do.
And then
All right.
back away.
I'll give it one shot.
Ureva will back
If
up.
it rolls
once
big, it
again.
might knock me out. But past that,
Right, Uthar, you
One shot
have
for
guidance.
great. All right.
Mock's looking over his shoulder watching. I would like to see how you do this.
With a
25.
25, Uthar, you saw what Freddy was doing before. And when that
Saw
moment
his
comes,
mistakes.
you're like a surgeon. Your hand is steady as it has ever been. And you turn your wrist and hear a click once more, but it is not the click like you heard before.
He does squint a little bit, expecting there to be acid, and he doesn't want to get it in his eyes.
And
You did it, my friend.
You
The
move
goggles.
you move the
It's
tool
nothing.
in further, and one by one undo the 3 latches, and pops open. The chest is opened.
So the trick is to keep your eyes closed while you're doing it.
The last tumbler is always good luck. Keep your eyes closed. That way, if fire hits your face, it won't melt your ice.
I will remember this.
I open it up and we take a look at what's inside. Unfortunately, we don't have detect magic anymore because he's sleeping, but we can at least look.
You see a large spell book.
Hey, this is definitely magic. Magic books are always magic. I'm not great at Arcana, but I'll just kind of give it a quick look over.
I
Like, is it
I can give you guidance
runic
again.
or? I'm a -1. That's why Freddy has the other spell books. But like, I just want to kind of look at it and see if it's. Is it a spell like a wizard spell book or like a different kind of magical book?
Go ahead, roll
I'm
Arcana.
trying to figure out. Okay. Wait. Nah.
You're not so well versed in spell books and being able to tell the differences. You're not quite sure.
Those letters hurt Beatbox head.
Yeah, I'll grab the book and basically toss it into whatever rucksack Freddy has all the other books in for now and have him look at them later.
Okay.
He's the closest we have to actual magic user smarts, so it's on him. Perhaps we close door. I'll go over here.
It's
and
a
just
good
close
place
this
to
door.
sleep for about a while, yes?
Yes, we should take some time doing some quick math. Let's say I drop Jamna in here on the floor, not in the bed. We needed the bed, but the Jamna will probably wake up before Fred if we would like to have conversation with her. But I
have a
think
rope.
we could all use. Yeah, she is tied up. Remember, that is.
Oh, that's right.
You could tie her
It's
up
already a
more.
taco.
Any,
Perhaps we should take longer than just waking up from Freddy's unfortunate unconsciousness.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I could use a good long sleep. But it's not fair to make Ureva rest over us the whole time.
Ray will say, VMAC, please allow me. I do not truly sleep as you would sleep. Instead, I go into a trance and I have full awareness of my surroundings. Besides, I only need 4 hours. Please. Let me keep an eye and make sure nothing happens.
So Jamna's probably gonna wake up like inside the hour. So I don't know if you want to start that or if you want to be a part of talking with her.
Did we take her weapons?
Because I don't think. Yeah.
She
They were-
is.
okay.
She's also tied up with rope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Did
just
we
didn't know if
gag
we
her?
had a dagger to try to cut it.
Should we gag her so she cannot speak? Because users of magic sometimes only have to speak to cast spells, yes?
No, she did
Good
cast
idea.
magic. But we also want to talk to her, so that's maybe perhaps yes, gag until we have opened lines of communication with her.
Yes, yes. When you're ready to speak to her, you take gag out of mouth.
And I'll do my trance leaned up against this door, so if anyone tries to open it, I will
Bebop will
know
sleep in front
immediately.
of the door. Bebop kind of heavy.
Alright, well then I'm staying right next to it, VMAC.
If you insist.
I'll sleep right here.
Are you guys taking an extended rest or a short rest?
our plan is to actually take a long rest.
Long rest.
Yeah.
Be
Short rest
very
doesn't do VMOC
nice.
a whole lot of good. He
I
could
mean, with how bad you guys are off anyway, there's a chance you could go
Could
for
roll
hit
hit
die
die.
and still come up crappy though. Like you can roll low on those hit die though.
right, but he doesn't get his rages back until he finishes a long rest.
Yeah, I think long rest is necessary if we're gonna
Me
do
too.
anything important.
And if we
Yeah,
get
get
to a
all my
fight,
stuff
he's not
back.
much good without a rage.
Yeah, because Hawkeye's out of spells. I'm out of spells. I'm guessing Fred's pretty low on spells, if not completely dry. So
I think he
we
gets
really
his
need.
back on a short rest, though, doesn't he?
I'm
He
I'm
gets
not
his
completely
warlocks.
dry, and I also get warlocks back on short rest. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but not the bard, and the bard has the heals, right?
I can use them interchangeably.
So you're fancy.
Yes, warlock spells can be used with bard slots, and bard spells can be used with warlock spell slots.
However y'all want to roll, I don't care. I mean, I'm happy going into battle without rages. I just die quickly. I'll pick up a shield. I mean, I can still use a shield and still get my unarmored defense. That's fine. But
Okay, so who is taking first watch, or are we using Ireva's trance?
Ireva. Yeah, Ireva
Ireva's trance.
insisted on
Okay. So you're
like,
basically
simply
using
keeping an eye.
using your trance to remain aware while everybody's taking.
Yes. Yep. So that it cuts down on the amount of time we actually like.
and in the
Yeah.
first 4 hours, she's aware, but she's still resting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Basically, she like if there's any creatures trying to sneak up, she'll roll perception, but she's not at disadvantage or.
Understood.
Okay.
And VMOC's leaning against the door, so he's kind of like an alarm bell. If the door opens, he's going to know it. He's just not going to get the benefit of a rest
Correct.
if he's disturbed. Understood. I'm down with that.
Okay. So, as you all kind of hunker down in this room with the one entryway, Bard looked over. You lay down, sore from your wounds, with the sounds of battle outside slowly drifting away, further and further and further. Soon enough, sounds of battle are gone. But stirring within the chamber alerts you, Ireva. Please make me a perception check. Actually, give it to you, so.
Oh, okay. Oh boy.
You
Better than my
sense off in the corner where the gnome had been dropped movement and some sounds. What?
She's gagged.
Oh, she is
Can't
gagged.
talk.
So it's more like
Oh.
there's an audible kind of groan.
All right. Ireva will exit her trance and will simply walk over to Jamna.
As you walk over, you see she's kind of squirming, arms bound behind her back, but it does look like she is making an attempt trying to unbind herself.
Kick
And
her.
Ireva will, not intending to cause her harm, but will grip her chin and just. Jamna can't see, can she? It's dark in there or no?
It's dark, but
Gnomes can
doesn't
see.
she?
Okay, so she will grip her chin with one hand and look like straight into her eyes. Say, little gnome, I don't know what caused you to try and attack us, but it was one of the least wise movements you have ever made. We mean you no further harm, but you will answer for your actions soon. For now, remain quiet, or I will make you remain quiet.
He just stares daggers.
And don't even think about trying to escape. or I will put an arrow through you. There's no way for you to get out of this room. So relax now while you can. And then Ireva will step back a little bit, but she will actually just stay. Oh, I don't want to be in between squares. So she's in the middle of the doorway, but I don't want to put my token in over the line of a square. So now she will stay like right here, and she will pointedly like face towards Jamna, but then go back into her trance.
Okay. Right. Going back into your trance. After another hour has passed, you hear the movement on the other door. It is not any figure creeping about, anything of such. It does sound like a medium-sized creature or a small group of them just moving about in the adjacent room.
Okay. She honestly maintains aware of it, but chooses not to take any action on that yet.
There is a hand that goes on the door and attempts to push it. Does not give away easily. Ireva, please make me another perception. Or actually, everybody can make this check. I'll send it to you. Hold up.
And how long have we been resting at this point?
This is within hour 2.
Okay.
Nice. I see the minus already added in. Cool.
Yep. Trying to get this a little streamlined.
Oh, this is outstanding.
Jesus.
The bus knows.
What extension is that?
Roll for initiative. I can send that to you.
Oh, I think I've found those.
Okay,
On the
yeah.
DM's Guild. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like it. All right, Ireva, you hear harsh voices speaking in Draconic. Probably lizard folk. Anything you wish to do?
Sorry, I'm thinking apparently too long. So, how, like, do I know how heavy a sleeper VMAC is? Like, if I try and, like, speak quietly through the door, am I going to wake him up?
So you're in your trance right now, and you're aware of all this that's going on. You sense that VMOC is fast asleep, same as everybody else. You are the only one that appears to have noticed this. There was a push on the door, but it was just like opening a regular door, so it's not that much force. But then a second push, much harder than the first, happens. VMOC, you feel a harsh nudge against you. It wakens you somewhat from your slumber, though the door is not forced open. And now you hear the draconic voices beyond.
Nireva, with the second, the harder one, she will come out of her trance once again, and especially when she hears VMOC stirring, then she'll come out of her trance, and approach, and put a hand on VMOC's shoulder. VMOC, it is Ireva.
Yes.
It appears someone is trying to push open the door. I do believe it is lizard folk, but I don't want it to become something more than it may be, and I don't want to open the door on my own.
Mark will stand up.
And Ireva will pull out her, she'll say, like, keep hold on the door, and she'll pull out her bow and have an arrow, but not have it, like, held up. She's just gonna have it in her hands.
All right. You hear these
Mark,
draconic voices calling out.
And she will say, no bullywug.
Another shove against the door. Angrily this time. Still unable to open.
Where's the crown?
Hawkeye has it. Hawkeye has it.
All right, Ireva will, did you ask that? Did VMOC ask that out loud?
Yes,
Or
yeah,
okay.
he was asking Ureva, where's the crown? Where's the proof that we slew?
She nods at VMOC. Hawkeye grabbed it. Give me one moment, and Ireva will approach Hawkeye and again put a hand on Hawkeye. Hawkeye, it is Ireva. I need the crown from Splattergoo.
It's on Renard.
Another shove against the door as the voice calls out.
All right, and Ireva says, Hawkeye, I'm taking the crown.
Okay.
Continue your rest.
What was that little one's name that we made friends with?
Snapjaw.
Snapjaw or Whistling Reed?
Whispering.
Whispering.
Where is Whispering Reed? Remark shouts at the door.
The shoving kind of stops for a second. You hear muffled voices in the same draconic. And after a moment, tensity, a response in broken common. Whispering Reed. Safe. Who you?
We are the ones that slew Splattergoo.
Some excited talk between them. And they hiss. Splattergoo dead?
Yes. And Demark opens the door and holds the crown in front of him.
At the sight of this crown, these lizard folk, their necks kind of frill, mouths open with teeth bared, and they hiss. But they seem kind of excited, looking to each other. Bullywug, dead. And they raise up their weapons.
Where is Whispering Reed?
He is dead, as we promised.
Bring Snapjaw and Whispering Reed here. Now!
The one in front of you slaps his weapon on his shield. Castle lizard folk, or Castle Scaly Death now. And he
Fine, yes.
talks to the other lizard folk and speaks some words in Draconic. Eteric Whispering Reed. And the other one actually takes off. And then turns to regard you. And kind of tries to peek his head.
Demark kind of just, he allows it.
he looks inside and sees some of the other forms in that you're beaten and bloody, and then kind of searches for words right now, but he can't find the words to say in common what he would like to.
The word is thank you.
The word is what?
Thank you.
Oh. He looks to Hawkeye laying on the ground, and as best as you can tell, there is a little bit of concern. And then he looks to himself, and he has some wounds too, and he points to his wounds, and then he points at you. Help!
Yes, we are injured. Yes.
And then he actually kind of puts his weapon on a like leather thong on his side, so he's no longer holding it out, and then holds out his hands.
Vmog never brandished his weapon.
Yeah, the lizard folk definitely did. So he kind of holds out his hands like in a gesture like, may I come in?
And Ireva puts her bow and arrow away as well. And steps back. Says they are resting.
Vmog makes a welcoming gesture.
All right.
But she pointedly, like, she allows him in, but is still wary just because it's Ireva, so she's kind of still standing in front of the other doorway.
Vmog points to the one at the door. Right? And one holds up one finger.
Yeah, lizard folk. The one right in front of the door turns to his other companion and says, "Fesek wer ifni," and the other one nods and then kind of stands just inside that doorway, kind of like looking around. And the other one comes in, and he kind of looks to you, at your various wounds and the slashes on your body, and like reaches out a hand and touches them. It's definitely rough, but you sense that it's not like trying to hurt you. It's like trying to see the wounds.
This is to Vmog?
Yeah, to Vmog, and then also to like Ireva.
When he reaches for Ureva, Vmog grabs his arm and just like shakes his head no.
The lizard folk hisses in response, but does not act out aggressively. Kind of like
Vmog's still holding his hand, and he looks at Ureva and says, "Chieftain, no touch."
And Ireva will look at Vmog, say, "It is okay, Vmog. I do not believe he intends us harm."
Vmog looks at Ureva like with a raised eyebrow and shrugs and lets go of the lizard folk.
Right. As the lizard folk hisses, it responds in its native tongue. Vmog
just kind of like has this look on his face like, what the fuck?
And then the lizard folk kind of like looks down like he's searching for words again. Pokes your wound, and you wince a little bit probably, but not like overly much. Just like the lizard folk is poking.
Not at all.
Yeah,
actually.
Poking your wound to show you like you're hurt, you know. But he says, "Survive."
Vmog released him.
All right.
Or her, whatever it is. He can't tell with these things.
And then the lizard folk goes to move over to Hawkeye.
And with this, Ireva does, like, her attention is very keen right now as he's approaching a comrade of hers that is not currently aware.
He's kind of just searching over her body, kind of like the rest of you. Passes off, doesn't seem overly concerned, moves around to Uthar and Freddy. Freddy, he spends more time on.
And Ireva is like 2 inches from him this whole time.
Right.
As he's looking
He
over,
watching the door, making sure they're not like, gaming this.
gotcha. So he looks over Freddy, and the lizard folk seems a lot more concerned, given the acid wounds. And then, with a little bit more direness in his voice, he looks to you, Ireva, and he says a single word. Uvalokol, and points at one of the acid wounds on Freddy. Uvalokol, and shakes his head.
He found himself on the receiving end of a trap. We will not let him die.
Go ahead and make an insight.
Oh my god, my dice hate me.
You're having a very difficult time kind of discerning what the meaning of this is, but he keeps repeating the same word, Uvalokol, pointing at specifically one of the wounds that Freddy sustained from the acid.
She will say, acid.
Ow. Sorry.
And the
It might
lizard
be.
folk returns with kind of like an awkward repeat. Acid. Uvalokol.
Are there remnants of the acid around the chest still?
It would have burnt into the wood somewhat.
Okay. So she will say, she'll look at the lizard folk, come, and she'll go over to where that was and point to the spots where the acid burned through.
And also, as you take a closer look to see if there's remnants, your medicine check reveals that it appears like Freddy's wounds are kind of festering a little bit. They're going to be infected if they don't get taken care of. You bring the lizard folk over and show him the many like acid burns on the ground. What do you do?
And she'll point to the burns, and she'll point back to Freddy and say, acid, burns.
And at this, the lizard folk nods his head up and down like, Uvalokol, acid, Uvalokol. And then it points to Freddy and shakes his head.
She'll look at him and, do you have medicine for Uvalokol? Can you help?
He nods his head. Yes. Medicine.
Do you have medicine for us?
And after this exchange, other lizard folk ears followed behind by Whispering Reed.
Ureva, when she sees Whispering Reed, like you can see the gratitude on her face. She nods at the lizard folk and gives a quiet greeting to Whispering Reed.
When Lizard Folk 1 sees Whispering Reed, it points over to Freddy. It says, Uvalokol. Whispering Reed approaches. See, you have survived. Is good. Your friend is in danger?
So it would appear that when he tried to open a trapped chest, He was burned by acid, and it seems as though the wounds are beginning to worsen, even though he is resting. I fear an infection. He said you may have medicine.
Whispering Reed moves over to look at Freddy. Sees much of the same as the other lizard folk. And then shouts across the chamber. Jonil Nick, tia herbs. And the other lizard folk nods its head, disappears. Whispering Reed says to you, "He will bring my herbs, and I will tend to your friend. It's the least we can do for your aid. Taking back power from the bullywug."
Thank you. I do appreciate that, and I have no doubt he will as well, as some of the burns are on his beloved face. He is quite proud of it. And then she will pointedly say, Vimak had just handed the crown to Reva as she was walking back to join Whispering Reed, and she will say, she'll hand it to him, and this belongs to you and your people now.
Whispering Reed takes this token, and you see a moment of pride and kind of like victory, but also some sadness. Tall price to pay. When we began to hunt the bullywug after you went down into the caverns, cult tried to stop us. Thus, we had to end our agreement with them. Many lizard folk died this day, but the scaly death have claimed the castle. Right now, we are just trying to root out the last remnants. All the bullywug have fled. The cowards truly are. The cult has holed up in other places in the castle. Right now, are trying to negotiate their own release.
You have my word that we kept our side of the promise. We did not make any moves against the cult while hunting the bullywug. It wasn't until we came upon a battle between the lizard folk and the cult that we took up arms against them. Your people helped us fight, and they fought bravely.
Surely. I heard that you were spotted. Some of my brethren spoken to me about your aid in the Great Hall. I see that Dralmorar is slain. 'Tis a shame. He was good to us.
Unfortunately, it could not be avoided. It came down to his life or ours.
Ah, yes. Survival takes what it will. And then Whispering Reed looks to the rest of you and responds. I believe we have interrupted your rest. Is this true?
My rest is of no concern, but yes, everyone does need their rest.
Yes, those of ours that are too injured are doing the same. Have no fear. Go ahead and continue. We will look over you. The castle is won. There is no more danger.
She will give a curt nod with her head. Thank you. If it is all the same, we are used to keeping a guard on our doors as we rest, so we shall continue. But you also have nothing to worry from us.
Do as you will.
I do believe the rest of my party would like to speak with you again, so if it is all right with you, when they are all awake, we will come seek you out.
I will be here. Ravlak will be coming with my herbs, and I will tend to Freddy best I can.
Thank you, Whispering Reed.
Right, so you continue your rest.
Yes.
Try to, yeah.
All right. So with the lizard folk kind of in the adjacent room, not very concerned, but still kind of just like standing there. They don't have much to do anymore because they hunted all the bullywug. Lizard folk 1 returns, brings the herbs and some poultices and hands them to Whispering Reed. He takes off.
And Ireva hears him come and like is aware of it, but doesn't, just keeps trancing.
Whispering Reed, you kind of hear her talking to herself, kind of like muttering, and then putting some ointments and everything on Freddy. There's a weird, odd smell, kind of swampy but sweet at the same time, not like garbage. Right, and then I will allow you all to benefit from an extended rest.
Yeah.
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 Yay!
Right, congratulations, guys. You all awake to Whispering Reed kind of just off in the corner watching Freddy. Jamna, still bound, tried to escape, but she did not successfully do so. The rest of you may wake up.
And Ireva like would have already been out of her trance, so she is keeping an eye now on like for who wakes up first.
I'll wake up.
Jamna was Jamna would have stirred. Otherwise, yes. Hawkeye appears to be the first to stir awake.
I was gonna say not B-Mock because he got roused a little bit.
Yeah.
Ireva will
Sleepy time.
approach Hawkeye. Just say, "Good morning, Hawkeye," in quiet tones.
Good morning.
You are the first to rouse. VMAC was up for a little in the middle of his rest, so you'll want to stay quiet, and we do have Whispering Reed in the other room. She is tending to some of Freddy's more severe wounds from the acid.
I'll look over at BMOC and then nod quietly and then stand up.
And Ireva
what-
as she wakes up, will reach her head in on the side of Hawkeye's hood, like looking for Greg to give him little scritchies.
I'll
Played out
take
like a big
Greg out
dog.
with my
He
finger.
looks like a big dog all splayed out, you know. Tongue out, you know.
Yeah, I'll take Greg out on my finger since it looks like we're the only two awake right now.
Hey,
I mean,
hey,
aside from Dromina.
real quick, Nomad.
Yeah.
Did Drowmore just heal?
Oh, because I did the combat
Okay.
tracker long rest, but yeah, Drummer is
I was like,
Drummer is
damn
dead.
it! Did we not kill him? I thought we killed him.
No,
we
he's
knocked
dead.
him out and left him. Oops. Okay.
He's like, aha.
I was playing dead this whole time, sucker.
What about Jomna? I say in like hushed tones, not to wake BMOC.
She is still restrained. She became aware in the middle of the night, and I assured her that it was in her best interest to allow us our rest, as there was no escaping for her, and less struggle was in her best interest.
Hmm.
Well, we should wait until everyone is present before we do anything with that one.
Kai nods and then hands Greg over to Ureva.
And Ireva pops him on her shoulder and continues scritching absent-mindedly.
All right. At this point, I would probably say that everybody wakens.
And
Ema,
Ireva,
Freddy, and
after
Uthar.
greeting, after greeting Hawkeye, she will return back to checking on Freddy's wounds, just seeing the progress.
Freddy wakes up. Is he still in immediate pain? Like,
There's a very dull pain, but your skin, like the parts where you have the burns, feel kind of numbed.
okay.
You look and you see like this nasty concoction ointment with like some type of leaf and seeping whatever.
Ureva will see him looking at this and registering it. We'll just say,
Wizard folk?
Good morning, Freddy. Yes, Whispering Reed is in the room. She has been tending to your wounds. I would suggest not looking in any reflective surfaces for now.
If it make you feel better, your face is ruined, but we got book. I'm gonna show him the book.
She has been with us through the night tending to you.
Ah, another one, huh? Well,
We might think he looks better.
Books.
yes, Mike, I have battle scars now. Perhaps someday I'll look like you.
No, you will never be that beautiful.
And Ureva will then, as everyone is awake, will then look at Jamna and say, she's been aware for some time now. Don't worry, I encouraged her to keep quiet through the night, but I think she's antsy for us to speak with her.
She's
First things
She's
staring.
gonna
first,
have a
like,
flame in her hand.
She's staring daggers of ice at each of you.
Thank you, Whispering Reed, for tending to my burns. It's much appreciated.
Yes. When one of the tribe falls, is bad for the entire tribe.
Yes.
We couldn't agree more.
We are strong together.
Yes, yes.
We have much thanks to give to each of you. It is of no
Horny
problem.
for that conversation. Tribes looking out for each other. I love it.
Well, you, Whispering Reed, remember, in turn, your people helped us as well.
We are tribe together.
We will try to stand up at this point.
So, feeling a little bit weak, Freddy, your strength is back.
I look at Whispering Reed. We are tribe together. Our tribe and your tribe will fight alongside as if we all agree to it. I mean, I think it's a good idea, though.
We must speak about number 13, though.
Freddy will then pull out
He might
the
be
sack
dead.
of books that Jamno was attempting to retrieve. Let's call it retrieve. And he'll start poring over them cautiously.
All right.
Ureva
I know
will,
what they are.
I'm gonna lean down to Jamna and put a hand on the gag without removing it and say, "They would like you to know. They intended to leave you tied up in cave. You are here and alive because I carried you. I would advise you. The big man back there, he would very much like to hurt you. I do not think this is necessary. Let's have quiet talk about the books you attempt to steal. And perhaps we let you go."
and Ureva
I'll
will...
pull the gag.
Sorry. And at the same time, Ureva will look at Whispering Reed. Whispering Reed, I do not want to be ungrateful. We are very grateful for your help. We had a betrayer amongst us, and we would like to speak to this betrayer and I think it best we do so alone. Or can we come find you when we are finished?
Whispering Reed responds, like looking at Jamna, and kind of furrows her brows a little bit. Why not just kill her?
See?
Migrava will smirk. We want to find out why she betrayed us, as it may have importance to our future missions.
I don't think she necessarily betrayed us. More like our interests were no longer aligned. Isn't that right, John?
She did attempt to stab me.
Oh no, she betrayed us.
You were
And,
very busy while they were losing their minds, and she did attempt to put knife into me that I did not appreciate.
And Whispering
You might
Reed,
think she was using us the entire time.
Whispering Reed responds, yes, see? Longer you let betrayers live, more chance they have to hurt you. It's good to be done with and just kill her.
Aha! Vimak not so stupid.
And then
We never said you were stupid.
as Uthar takes out the gag, then Jamna. Yes, okay, let's be on with it.
So, would you like to explain why you tried to stab?
Vimak
Over
sits on the
books?
chest, starts sharpening his blade.
Jamna responds.
Expecting a beheading soon.
Jamna responds, You all take forever to make any sort of decision. I have things that I need to tend to.
It's not decision. Two of our party members were out of control. You could have helped. Instead, you tried to stab me.
Well, yes, because if you didn't notice, we were in the middle of the hive's nest, surrounded by bullywugs and their giant frogs, and you wanted to sit there and talk about things.
They
There's
wanted
time to
sit and
talk
let
and
the
there's
men
time
get
for
killed.
action.
But
Be
your
careful.
action was betray us.
Be careful what words you speak, as we may take your advice at a time that you wouldn't appreciate it, little one.
If you remember correctly, this was after they had been subdued and on the ground, and I was merely moving about, and then you came around and you started accusing me of things. I don't have time for it.
This was not... accusation is not correct. You tried to steal books. You would not show me books.
Steal?
You could have
I'm sorry, I didn't
you
know
could
they
have
were
showed me
yours.
books.
I did not know they were yours.
Party's books. You tried
gonna
to make
slap
party
Jamna.
book. Oh, okay.
All
Like
right,
a non-lethal
roll me an attack, an
slap. but
unarmed attack.
I
So
just
that's
wanna
your
slap her.
that's your strength modifier plus your proficiency.
Can Ireva, seeing Otto wind up to slap, is Ireva close enough to grab her arm?
You can try to stop it with a dexterity check.
Okay.
Where's the unarmed strike again?
I'll add it.
Yeah.
Dexterity save?
Dexterity check.
Okay. So what do we do now?
Duel of the fates. Who will win?
All right. Please make me a dexterity check, Hawkeye.
Dexterity check.
All right, Hawkeye. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yay.
Jamna is slapped across the face, taking 2 points of bludgeoning damage. Ireva, you are not quick enough.
All right, and missing her arm, Ireva, after the slap, will then grab Hawkeye's arm. Hawkeye, I gave her my word she would not be harmed until we are able to speak with her. Do not turn me against my own word unwillingly.
Yes, this
Speaking
slap
with
is
her,
not
though.
necessary. This
It was
slap is
completely
not necessary.
unnecessary.
It
I gave my word of no
was
violence.
necessary.
If you cannot hold yourself back from violence, then you can go in the other room. I will not stand for this when I gave my word.
Yes, she is tied
Somebody
up on
decided to
floor.
have a
She's
bad
not
mouth.
going anyway.
She is defenseless. You do not raise a hand against someone defenseless. Not like this, Hawkeye.
Hate to interject, but these are some exceedingly high-level spell books. Very, very valuable.
Yondan, did you know
So,
what
like,
books were, or were you just taking books?
Out of character, it's a 7th and a 9th level spell, respectively.
No.
Oh.
7th level wizard.
Oh, level wizard.
And 9th level
Oh.
wizard. So
Oh.
the 7th level goes up to spell level 4. The 9th
Gotcha.
level wizard goes up to
crap.
spell level 5.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that was a
misread
level
that.
20 wizard spell.
Yes, I misread that. Sorry. Let me retcon that.
That's still better than us.
That's still good.
Yes. So these are powerful spell books. Not exactly the strongest, but more powerful than anything any of us can cast.
It is odd that Spattergoo would have those. He did not seem learned in magic. Because
Why would this
just
little
to
piece of
clarify,
shit
we found those in Spattergoo's chamber, right?
Correct.
That was the chest. Yeah. Okay.
Correct.
I do
Well, and
remember that,
he was a shaman of some sort. He knew sun magic. I believe he is the one that cast the spike growth to hamper our advance.
Yeah.
Perhaps
He
holding
just
on-
didn't seem that good at magic to Uthar. Yeah. So, John, did you know powerful books? Do you just want books? Just want to take things?
Jamna, after getting slapped, kind of and then moves her jaw like to kind of like adjust it. No, I didn't know. But I was just gathering everything so that when we got out of danger, we could discuss at that time.
I'd like to insight if she's telling the truth about whether she knew the spells were, what level they were.
Okay, go
I'd
ahead
like
and
to
roll
do
me
that too if I
insight.
can.
Meh.
And meanwhile, Ireva is constantly shifting her vision, watching Hawkeye to watching Star and Jamna. She's like actually pissed at Hawkeye.
All right, both Freddy and Hawkeye get the sense that she is telling the truth, that she did not know that the books were spell books. You also get the sense that she's kind of telling the truth, at least partially, that she wasn't like thinking about betraying you. It was just gathering the stuff so that when you were out of danger, whatever needed to happen then could happen then. Instead of taking time while you were in immediate danger, she just wanted to move along and get things going.
Then if you were so concerned about the danger we are currently in, why did you try and stab one of us?
Because you move so slowly, and we didn't know when the frogs were gonna come, and you were standing there not moving. Not moving is death, especially when you're surrounded by enemies.
And Ireva will look at Uthar. And she'll say, "You're the one that almost got stabbed, Uthar."
At this point, she cannot come with us. This is unacceptable. You cannot leave someone with lacking trust. We'll cause issues in group. I will say you can vote if we should maybe lock her in trunk, throw her out the window, or just let VMOC do thing that he is very eager to do. I am ambivalent after the attempted stab, ambivalent on whether she live or die. Could we fit her in that trunk, by the way, as far as trunk? Because that'd be funny.
No,
but-
that was a smaller chest.
Okay.
I mean, she's a
VMOC
small
does not want to
person.
kill her just to kill her. understand this.
Whispering Reed chimes in. Yes, it is. You humans are quite different. It's nothing personal, it's just for the good of your survival. You should kill her and just be done with it.
If you do, he looks at Ureva and says, if you do not want this on your conscience, we can simply leave her with the lizard folk. It is not up to us what they do.
You see Whispering Reed kind of lick her lips a little bit.
But don't do it in front of her. Now you're giving away what you're going to do.
Jamna kind of sees this and wait. Don't leave me with the lizard folk.
Why should we do anything to help you? You say that you only did your actions because we are wasting time in the face of danger. I cannot see past you taking up arms against those that you are supposed to be at worst neutral with. You attacked one of our group, and none of it, we cannot look past that. How do we know if we let you live that you won't do something further?
I admit, perhaps a lapse in judgment. You see, I'm used to working on my own. I'm not used to working with a party. You are slowing me down in my own aims, but our aims are still in alignment. We still are both against the cult, wish to learn more information about the cult. That is still not a difference. You don't want me in your party, I understand. I can't make any such promise that such a thing won't happen again. I know you're not that stupid to believe it, so I'm not gonna make that lie. But if you leave me out in the swamps and away from you, I will not come across your path again. Just don't leave me with the lizard folk. Leave my fate in my own hands.
Can I roll? I never know what it is, like perception or just to like gauge.
Insight.
Would it be insight? Okay. One day I'll know these things. Gauge like how. Like,
Right. Both of you sense that she's being honest as best as you can. Like this is obviously a creature that's very good at choosing her words and exactly what she says. But as far as you can tell, she means wholeheartedly that she wishes for her fate to be within her own hands. And she would be completely okay with being left out in the swamp on her own, confident in her own survival.
how do we know that you will not share with the wrong people things that have been shared with you by us?
The wrong people are entirely dependent on what side you are on and what you believe in. What is the wrong people to you? How am I supposed to know they are the wrong people?
I suppose I should say, how can we trust you not to tell any of our personal workings to anyone?
It was never divulged exactly that what you were doing was private. Should not be told to anybody.
So now you're a lawmaker. You are not doing a very good job convincing us that you should be left to live.
No,
I'm about ready to slap her again.
I am simply a businesswoman.
You guys, it's simple. We leave her here, she dies to the lizard folk. If we kill her, she dies at her own hand. We can't kill her. Therefore,
Freddy?
we just let her go.
Why can we not kill her, Freddy?
Because I believe that she is remorseful for attacking Uthar. and did it out of frustration more than anything, more than open hostility.
I will sell you a mountain on the coast of swords.
Well, I don't fully agree with Freddy. I do not believe that she is sorry for trying to stab Uthar. I do believe that she is simply out for her own gain and not working at anything nefarious.
And the bee is sorry it stung you for stepping on its flower.
I cannot be the one to kill this gnome.
BMOC stands up, walks over, picks up the little bundle of gnome, drops it at the foot of Whispering Reed, and says, "We present to you this gift for your kindness and for healing our friend. Our friend," he says friend, and he smirks. Freddy the bard, and he walks away.
Jamna starts yelling, wait. I'll give you something in exchange for my freedom, under the promise that I won't speak a word of anything.
What
BMOC's
might that
walking
be?
away. He's done. He's done.
Join the lizard folk party. We're hanging out here.
What might that be, Jamna?
If I tell you before striking the deal, that won't stand now, will it?
I'll just let you sit in front of Whispering Reed then.
I need your oath, as well as I will swear the oath as well, and I'll give you some of the information that I have at my disposal.
How foolish do you think we are? Why would we give you an oath when we have no reason to give you an oath?
Have the upper hand here.
Because I have information beyond what you even know.
Or gnome. I thought that was funny.
That roll is to see if she is just bullshitting me because she wants to live.
Okay.
Or if she actually believes she does have something that valuable.
This is perhaps the most honest that you've ever seen Jamna. She's not watching her words right now.
What information do you have?
Do I have your word that you will let me be free and not leave me to the lizard folk?
Ureva will look over to
Do
Freddy.
you have my... Oh.
And look at Hawkeye. And as Hawkeye starts saying, this cannot be one of our decision, Hawkeye. Freddy, what say you?
Would drop her off at the front of the castle.
We are not a murderous band of...
Chaser.
We are not a murderous band of mercenaries.
No.
Given the opportunity to spare life, I think we should take it.
I
was going to drop her off at the top of the castle.
Whispering Reed?
In front.
I will, if I see a creature outside of these castle walls, I will shoot it down so that you may all still have a victorious meal. But I am going to have to ask that you do leave this small one alone when we release her in the swamps.
Whispering Reed looks to you and looks a little agitated and just says, "I cannot make a promise that I know my tribe may not follow. Again, I will say it is better not to mince words and just be done with the act. You are taking this too personally. It is a matter of survival. Survival only. Here in the swamps, only those that are willing to do what needs to be done survive, and the rest die. And we leave them.
Exactly. Then it's up to Jamna to survive. If she can avoid your lizard folk tribe, then she lives.
Unfortunately, I am not only concerned with my own survival, or even just the survival of those I travel with. I am concerned with the survival of the world at this time. And if she can help me in that mission, it is a deal I must make.
When Freddy starts talking, you actually see a glimmer of excitement, at which Whispering Reed says, you propose a hunt?
Ooh.
This sport could be had. And she looks kind of somewhat hungrily down at Jamna.
And Ereva will cross her arms and look down at Jamna. All right, Jamna. The only word you will be getting from us is that we will not feed you directly to them. We will bring you out of the castle to the swamp, untie you, and leave you.
You
And
get
we
a
will
10-second head start.
We will give you a weapon. That is the only assistance we will be giving you.
Jamna does not have fear in her eyes, but there is definitely cold calculation happening. I suppose it's better than nothing. I understand these savages know nothing about their word and honor. I believe
They're
you.
not savages.
If you swear this to me, at least give me a chance at my own survival. Fate is in my hands, and that is all I need.
All right, and Ereva will nod at her and say, give me one moment. So then she is actually going to go out, and to Uthar and Vimak just walk out and look at them. I do apologize if you do not agree with this path, but we are not going to feed her to the lizard folk. We are also not going to help her. We will be bringing her outside the castle, untying her, giving her a single weapon, and leaving her in the swamp. If she survives, she survives. But I do believe her when she says she will not do anything to hinder our mission.
If you have made this choice, then this is choice.
I did not
So
want
easy to survive on land, though. She will absolutely survive.
I was not going to commit to this decision without at least letting the two of you know.
We should dump her in ocean. Ocean, better judge of character. But we are far from ocean, so...
And she'll smirk. I fear I may be a little vulnerable to that ocean madness, though, and I wouldn't want that happening again. And then she'll just kind of smile and walk back.
On my way back in.
Yep, old Jarhead is back. Did you hear what happened?
May I slap her again?
No, the last me and I was having a conversation with me and Uthar were having a conversation, and suddenly I was gone.
Oh. Well, out of character, real quick overview is we dumped her at the foot of Whispering Reed. Whispering Reed got excited. We rolled a few checks, and she promised to give us information that we didn't have that would be...
Yeah, I got that, and then there was going to be a hunt, and...
Yep, so then there's going to be a hunt, and then basically Ereva told Whispering Reed, like, we're going to do this. We agreed to it inside. Ereva walked out and informed Uthar and Vimak that we would not be helping her. The most we would do is bringing her outside and dumping her with one weapon to her own survival.
Basically, it's the most dangerous game.
Yeah.
Vimak was getting ready to ask Uthar what was taking them so long, and...
Yep, so I walked out, informed you, and then walked back in.
Okay.
To talk
That's
to...
where I got kicked.
Yep.
Okay. All right,
Last...
Jamna. Okay. Speak.
I was getting ready to say, man, I bet he muted us because we couldn't hear. I was like, I can't hear what's going on. I guess he didn't want us to hear that. And then all of a sudden I realized I got kicked.
Yep.
So.
All right. Jamna speaks up and says, may I have my short sword back?
You can have it back when you bring you outside.
Okay.
Did we take her shorts? I know her spell components and all that stuff. We just dumped in a corner in the cave. Did we actually take her weapons, or we dumped all that crap in the corner?
I think you may have just dumped that stuff in the corner.
I think we dumped all her crap because because I looked it over, nothing was magical, so I just figured, who cares?
I'm pretty sure you dumped it all. So she would say, may I have my short sword back, or at least choose my weapon?
There are some bodies that will be passing along the way that have their weapons. You can take your pick from them, and we'll give it to you when we get outside. How's that?
That works. Gives a long, drawn-out sigh. I work for the Black Emporium. I think it's the Black.
The Black Network.
Yeah, okay. I work for the Black Network. We heard some tale about the cult of the dragon amassing power and doing such. And so I was sent out as an agent to discover what I could. We came in knowing that they were no longer raising Draco Liches anymore and that their motives had changed. They were amassing a great deal of treasure. So it was my directive to find out first why they were gathering this treasure, and secondly, where it was going. We knew that it was going somewhere in this swamp, but could not discover the location, so we found out this Castle Neritar through you. And though undoubtedly this is not the home location, so we must discover where it is being brought to, because undoubtedly the great treasure hoard is going somewhere else. We have pieced together that they must be attempting to bring the Dragon Queen herself back into the world from her banishment to the Nine Hells.
We already know this.
And this hoard undoubtedly is a part of that ritual. The Queen of Greed herself would require it. And it appears that they are using the Red Wizards for their knowledge about such rituals. That is why Asbara Joss is joining in their ranks, not as a cult himself, not as a cultist himself, but rather as helpful aid, showing them how to perform this ritual, aiding them in such. It is my belief that there is some sort of portal down in the caverns that will bring you to the next location. You saw that winch in the pulley? The only reason that would be there is for easy transportation of such gold and cargo. You must be bringing it down into the caverns to a portal that brings it to the next location.
Yuriva will look up at Freddy and kind of raise an eyebrow. Her arms are still crossed.
Freddy will do an insight check.
Freddy has no suspicions that she...
Her story at least seems to make sense.
What is this Black Network?
You are in the other room.
Yep, that's true. Sorry.
You would probably hear
What
some...
yells?
You would
Party
probably
is
hear
muted.
some muffled talk, but don't know
Got
the
it.
entire conversation.
Right. I'm partying with lizard folk. Whoop, whoop. Chicka, 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 chicka.
What do I know about the Black Network?
Roll me a history check.
I help him with guidance. Oh,
No, this is just a straight
Oh.
knowledge check.
Yep.
All right, Freddy, you know of the Black Network, also known as the Zentarum. Outwardly, it provides mercenaries and other forms of muscle for hire. Informally known as being a criminal society akin to a widespread thieves guild. What you would know about the Zentarum could also be like a subterfuge and subtle underground, like strategically influencing leadership and gaining trade control through like agents in cities in the politics and everything.
They're a selfish version of the Harpers, more or less. I said what I said. That her story makes sense, and the caverns could use a second look.
And Eureka will look down at Jamna. Anything else?
At this, she kind of. You know anything about portals?
I don't.
Eureka, you definitely know a lot about.
Perfect.
Because you
I
are a
do.
horizon walker.
That makes sense. I wouldn't have thought of that. Eureka will kind of chuckle. Yes.
And you know that wizards usually have certain locks for their portals.
Go on.
Gotcha.
There's undoubtedly some sort of key to unlock the use of this portal, so you don't just need to find the portal itself, but likely a phrase or an amulet or something to unlock the magics to allow you to use it.
And that's why you were running off with the books. Isn't it?
I doubted Spattergoo would have such knowledge, but never a bad idea to double check.
Perhaps the book we got from the chest might be it as well. I haven't looked at that one yet.
So perhaps that one is worth a look at. So your black network knows nothing of the key.
Oh no, that was all deduced upon my arrival.
I understand.
The Black Network is concerned with the cult's workings because they are beginning to interfere in the same circles, and we wish to find out how deep the rabbit hole goes, along with possibly taking advantage of the plunder ourselves.
Yes, can't have them stealing your profits now, can you?
Yes, you understand.
So you cared not for the well-being of the world, just the well-being of your pocketbooks.
Well,
For her, it's one of the same.
indirectly, because we need a world in order to profit off of it.
Very well. Anything else?
Do I
Little
have my
known.
freedom?
Eureka will look over at Freddy. What do you think, Freddy? Is that worth freedom?
We had a deal.
It is. She's been very helpful. Thank you, Jamna.
Jamna, you've been with me enough time that you know I stand by my word. We will not leave you to the lizard folk without giving you a chance.
Freddy will then walk over, take out his dagger, untie her. Well, I suppose we wouldn't need his dagger for that if he's just untying her. Want to save the rope, don't want to cut it up.
Yeah, I don't think we need to leave her tied up. What is she gonna do?
Yeah.
Just don't give her a weapon yet.
And then start walking out with her.
All right. She wrings her hands from the
She's
rope.
got a knife! Oh god!
She wrings her wrists from the rope. Cut off a little bit of her circulation, but she follows obediently, not acting out aggressively.
Eureka looks at Whispering Reed before walking out. You have my sincerest appreciation and thanks, Whispering Reed.
As Freddy walks in the room, where Vimok and Uthar are laughing and snickering in his direction. So, have you finally finished? You are to do a thing with Gnome now.
We are to do a thing with the gnome now. Yes.
How soon is wedding?
Ba-bum-ba-dum.
If there's a wedding, it wouldn't be with her.
Mm.
Whispering Reed goes up to the lizard folk, speaks a few words in Draconic, and they both hiss, looking at the gnome.
Yes, you should hiss at gnome.
Yes.
Read. Do you have any books on Draconic
We have
before we
no,
leave?
we have no use for book.
The entrance to the
It was worth a
castle's
shot.
like down here, isn't it?
Yes, in that direction. Jamna speaks up. I know I'm not one for being in a position to bargain, but you're gonna give me at least a fighting chance, right? Leave me far enough outside of the walls.
We said we will drop you off outside the wall with a weapon.
Someone who complains about us taking too much time. You certainly are taking a lot of our time.
Nireva will, kind of stop and point at Born Gray's body. Say, Gnome, here's a body that has a weapon.
He does take this. Just to use it
And
with two
Nireva will
hands.
kind of,
Yeah, because of our
Nireva will
size.
say, and take it from her. You chose. You will get this outside of the castle.
No worries. All right.
That was the deal.
I've lost the party.
I know, I feel like it's been so long since we had free movement. It's been so much battle. Can't talk, words hard.
John put in the chat if that's worth looking at first.
If you want to go up, go ahead, go up.
Okay, there wasn't a portal there, and if you didn't have a map, I wasn't.
Oh,
That's with you. Yeah,
there
real
is.
quick,
I just
I'll-
have to do it.
Where'd y'all go?
Whoop. Whew.
All right, Uthar. You find a common room. It seems to be a combination of a sitting room and an office with a small hearth along the western wall providing heat. There's a writing desk and a large padded chair, a bench drawn up near the hearth. You see a doorway. Yep.
Real quick, I'll pop the.
You have a dark vision?
No, I was about to ask because half the room was not colored, but I wasn't sure if that was on purpose. So yeah, I'll pop a torch real quick.
Also see there's a sleeping chamber furnished with a bed, a carpet draped table with a wash basin and grooming supplies. There's a raven in a large cage squawking loudly enough to be heard in the outer ward. Now, so as you all are kind of walking out, you hear "Rah, rah, rah." Large raven.
Right, kill the gnome. Right.
Can you real quick?
Wait, where's the raven?
Because I don't think I can do a torch myself. Is that a button I can do? I can't actually see it. It won't reveal new map because I don't technically have a light on me.
If you go
So I
to
can't actually
if
see
you
it.
go to effects, you actually can drop a torch on.
Ooh.
Really?
Should be able to.
Okay, I do have a torch. So what
Maybe?
happened? Did that do it?
I dropped
Objects
it on
light
you.
Torch, but it. What? Maybe
Yeah,
I gotta
I
move
don't-
my boy. No, didn't. Uh-oh. There we go.
I don't know.
Yeah, it didn't seem to do it. It did put effect light, but it didn't seem to actually make that.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to, but there we go. John lights Uthar lights another torch.
Real quick, since it's the beginning of the day, might as well. I'll go ahead and use my Fearbulg vision of detect magic and scan the room. Did that work? There it went. First, that bird. Is that bird magic? Trust a random raven.
So, in addition to the elf's clothing and personal effects around the room, there's a small strong box. Never mind.
There's not a strong box, or I'm not supposed to know.
Go ahead and roll perception.
Oh, okay. I did turn on my magic vision, if that helps. There we go.
All right.
26.
You see a rug that appears to have a corner kind of moved. You suspect that there must be something underneath the rug.
Yeah, unless that rug is glowing magically as if it was trapped and or a mimic, I pull the rug aside.
It is not glowing. But you pull the rug aside and see a chest underneath.
So you, chest like that I could carry, or chest like lockbox?
A
'Cause you had said
small,
lockbox.
a small strong box. So you would be able to carry it.
Okay, then for now I'll probably just grab it real quick and deal with the opening later since everybody left the room. That bird is just a bird as far as my magic vision tells me?
Yep, just a bird.
Might come back to eat it. I'm going to go back in this room real quick and just scan the desks and stuff for anything that looks... Well, obviously anything magic, but also anything that mentions Tiamat cult, locations, anything that seems important. If they have maps, I will just grab bag anything important off that and just jam it in my bag.
You do not discover any such thing. The spiral staircase does move up. You can go up or down. I think red goes down, blue goes.
Wait, sure. I already got that thing on. Let's run up those stairs. There it is. And I think that you'll have to give me light back because I think it erased it when I left the map.
Star.
Yep. Just real quick, move off the portal because it gets weird about that. There we go.
Showing that I don't have vision, have light on mine.
In the combat tracker?
There we go.
Or on both on the map and the tracker. Oh, maybe the light. Oh, now it went away.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not showing your vision to me. Do you see it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. You come up to a room that seems to serve as some type of observatory. When you move up, as you move up, please make me a perception.
Okay. Ooh, only 11.
Okay, so you see a telescope-like contraption in the center. There are a few tables around, dusty, with like basically disuse, but there are signs of frequent movement around this room.
Okay. So the telescope, is it like an actual telescope, like a spyglass sized telescope, or is this thing like big?
Big, very big.
Okay. Bummer, those are really expensive to buy. I was gonna steal it. I'll kind of look around the tables and stuff to see, because you said it's all pretty dusty and caked, just for looking for anything that looks the least dusty, or most used,
Actually,
whatever.
Before you get off of the landing, you hear movement.
In the room?
Yes.
Uh,
Please roll me initiative, Uthar.
okay.
From the ceiling, a stone form swoops down. I can move. Can't. Flies down in a swooping attack. 5, 10, 15. Lands right next to you. It is going to make a bite attack and a claw attack. Both hit. The bite attack is going to deal 5 points of damage.
Okay.
You maintain your concentration. The claw attack makes 4 points of damage as you still maintain your concentration. Another gargoyle swoops down from the eastern end of the chamber, making these attacks against you again. You dodge the bite, but the claw rakes against your arm, dealing 4 points of slashing damage, and you still maintain concentration. Uthar, you are up.
Okay.
Say, I got a proc to roll for initiative. Do I know that this fight is happening?
No.
Yeah, let's do a good old-fashioned Thunderwave, which I must be thinking of Shatter. I thought Thunderwave, they had disadvantage if they were not flesh, but I must be thinking of Shatter. So it'll just be in front of me, but it'll get both those two. So, yeah. There we go. If I click it, this should just work, right? There it goes.
All right, Uthar, they both fail.
Yay! Let's go ahead and, sure, why the hell not? They're gonna just take the full 16. 16? How many dice is this? Hold on. Yeah, so they'll take 16 thunder and be pushed 15 feet away from me.
16 thunder damage to both, and they move 15 feet away. 5, 10, 15. They are blasted back. Uthar, what else you got?
Side note, well, I guess it depends on how far they are at this point from me, but like Thunderwave is crazy loud, which is the other reason I used it. It's audible for up to 300 feet.
All right, all the rest of the party
Explosion.
hears this loud crack coming from that tower up above. Everybody else at this time may roll initiative.
Guys, what was that?
Jesus, my dice suck.
Right. Anything else, Uthar?
Hate to lose that. I didn't see anything before the gargoyle attack with my magic vision. I didn't see anything, did I?
The telescope is lit up.
Okay. All right. No. Well, I can't cast another spell this turn anyway. But was trying to figure out if I cared about my concentration enough to burn it. But I might next round then.
All right.
No, I'm good.
Freddy, you hear this loud crack. Jamna and the other lizard folk are following close behind. All right, what do you do, Freddy?
First, I turn and look at. Oh, I should put myself in an actual square, shouldn't I? There we go. First, I turn and look at Jamna, and I say, "Don't move a muscle." I turn to Whispering Reed and say, "If she moves, you may kill her." And I take off running. Because that's where Uthar last was. And I'll use my action to dash. Come on. Go. I'll say to Ureva, did you hear that?
I did.
Is Uthar still in the tower?
I believe so. I think he may be in trouble.
That's my turn.
All right, give me 1 second. Wanna. Why that extension's not working, but back on the top, another gargoyle swoops down from the southern part to attack you.
Well, that's. I thought I could take two. If you're just gonna keep adding more, that makes this a lot worse.
You did not make your perception check, but you are missed both times. Finally, a fourth gargoyle from the northern end swoops down, biting and clawing at you. It hits on both. You take 5 points of damage from the bite and 8 points of damage from the claw. Finally, your detect magic fails. Moving on to the lizard folk 1, who moves up to Jamna, is going to grapple her. But fails. Hawkeye, you have received initiative.
Alrighty. So I'm just trying to figure out how to get there because I assume that's where Uthar went. So I think I have to go here and out, right? To go around. I'm sure that's how that works. I'm going to use my movement to get here. And then I'll use my dash action. So I have to go here. Oops, that's the wrong thing. Here. And then that 30 there.
Oh
And I
shit!
think
I keep
that's my
forgetting I
turn,
have
but I
Wrath of
can't
the
really-
Storm. Damn it.
Because I can't do anything.
That's as far as you can go. All right.
So it's Jama's turn now.
Jamna. So she doesn't have the sword, right?
No.
No.
No, you're right.
Or any spell components.
Okay, Ireva, you're up.
Alright, Ireva is going to sprint after Hawkeye towards the sound, so she's gonna sprint to madness here. Yeah, is that where I was going? And then I'll use a dash action, and we're gonna go. And then there. And then I can't do anything else, so that's my turn.
All right. Gargoyle 1. 5, 10, 15 to get there. Bite and claw. Miss. Both miss, taking us to VMOC.
Oh, and he can't see because the light thing didn't work for his torch.
Oh, get that for ya.
Vimak just hears it and in
There
the
we
dark
go.
panics and runs. Uthar!
Fucking to a wall.
He's angry at himself because he heard the loud clap of thunder and he recognizes it and he realizes that he left his friend in the darkness and he's like, oh no! Why didn't he come with us?
Curiosity.
And killed the cat, right? So,
It might kill the furball.
so he takes off running back. Whence they came. He's gonna dash. He can go, what, 80. Trying to remember where he came from.
I'll move you up.
Okay.
60
He's gonna
feet.
go 80 foot. He's gonna go 80. Trying to get back where they came from.
10 feet left.
Whichever direction he's gotta. Where'd they come from? What tower? Where's the tower?
North.
Tower is
North.
right here.
Straight north. Yeah, he's gonna go straight north. You got 10 more feet?
Yep.
Make sure he's in a square. There we go. That'll be his turn.
All right. At this, Jamna will take her held action.
And
Moves Lizard Folk 1. Gonna make an attack of opportunity. Scores a
Dummy,
hit.
I told you not to move.
Takes 4 points of damage, but continues.
on.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 25.
She's just gonna kill herself here. Like, I don't feel bad now. Neither will Ireva.
Right. Gargoyle 3. Gargoyles 5. 10. Bite and claw. Dodged. Whispering Reed. Going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. I think she's gonna cast Spike Growth.
That idiot Janna's gonna kill herself.
Casts it right there.
Real.
Right.
She's just coming for dinner, that's all.
I mean, yeah. There was once Janna decided to run, she put herself on the fucking dinner menu.
Bringing us back to Uthar.
Ready? Oh, good. Well, they moved. So this makes it easier. I'm going to. Oh, it's everything for me. So I'll use my cunning to disengage to take this step, and then let's go ahead and thunder wave the lot of them.
Ooh. Uthar casts Thunder Wave. Hitting
Lots failed.
all of them save for Gargoyle 4.
So he takes half.
Yep.
So everyone takes the 12. Oh no, okay, did it.
So
Sure,
these guys move back 15 feet
Correct.
and 15 like that. Another loud crack above in the tower.
And I'm gonna use Hidden Step to buy a moment. And so I go invisible, and then since I'll be invisible at the start of my turn, move up to here.
Muck screams, "I'm coming, my friend!"
And that is my stuff.
All right. Freddy.
It's still running. Movement. Dash action. That's the furthest I can go. Some more movement.
All right.
And that's it.
All right, Gargoyle 2 moves up to the light source, makes a swipe. Ooh, you dodged that critical hit. The claw as well, but that is a hit.
I'm gonna need, now that I remembered I have them, L2. For touching me is hit with.
Oh, wait a
and-
minute. That second one should have been at disadvantage, so I'm gonna roll again.
Oh, okay.
Because it dropped your invisible. Okay, so that second
Oh,
one is
yeah.
dodged. Basically,
Okay. And give number 2 7 hit points back because I already rolled that.
Okay. basically, you're invisible, but you still have your torch out. So they're just following the light. Gargoyle
Yeah, it's
4 moves up. Bite. Why is that not rolling at...
It keeps cancel, or I don't have invisible on again.
There we go. Okay. Biting and claws. Dodged and dodged. Lizard Folk 1 will go now. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Dash action to get there. Hawkeye. You're up.
Just manual moving. So I believe it was here, and then you gotta stop there to go through the door. 20, 25, 30. And then, because that was, so 15 to get there, so that would be 30, right?
No.
then-
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So you still have 5 movement.
Okay, so that's for my regular.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna dash action. I think he went in here. 25. And then. I think this is 30.
That's 25.
Okay, then I'll move one more. And that's my turn.
All right. Jamna. I just need to check something real quick. Jamna is going to cast Ray of Frost at Whispering Reed. So she
Does she
shouts
have
in.
the spell component?
Yeah, it's verbal and somatic. She doesn't need components for it. And that is a hit. Whispering Reed will take 4 points of damage, as well as being forced to make a concentration check. And fails, so spike growth goes away.
No.
And then Jamna is going to use her cunning action to disengage. Or actually, no, to dash. It has to. So Lizard Folk 1 is going to get an attack of opportunity. That is a hit. 5, 15. 5 to get there. Ureva, you're up.
All right, so Ureva is gonna just run. Well, okay.
She's
First, I'm gonna
fast,
run
yeah.
here. I just want to see how the view changes. Okay, so I do need to go here and then. So it's 25. So that'd be 35, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then she is going to use her dash action and run up this door. And try not to step in any walls.
I have long strider.
I know, but I know, but it takes an action. So right now I actually get more movement from using the dash action.
True.
I did think about that.
Gotcha.
I did. I promise. Okay, so that was 25 again.
You have 10
Here.
feet left.
Okay. Oh, I was gonna go towards the door, not the staircase. That's fine. Whatever. I made the move.
All right, if you could end your turn.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I'm new apparently.
Gargoyle
It's my first
1
time.
moves up 5, 10, 15, 20. Biting and clawing. Both are dodged. They're swinging around blindly. It's easy for you, Uthar, to anticipate their attacks as they can't actually see you. Beamok, you have received initiative.
Yeah, same as last time. That's the dash. Bye, Pretty.
Hello.
All right, Lizard Folk 2. 15, 25, and 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. There. Gargoyle 3. 5, 10, 15 to get there. It's going to bite and claw. And both are dodged. Whispering Reed will go again. Five. Will move. 15, 20, 25, and 30. Gonna cast Entangle. Here to catch her. Why isn't that working? All right, Jamna saves against it. Uthar, you're up.
All right. It's gonna be the hat trick on turns. I'll bonus action to disengage, take a step back to make sure I can land Thunder Wave on all of them again. Oh, I don't think it targeted 3, or did it?
Yep, you got him. They
Okay.
all fail.
They all failed.
Woo!
Nice.
So
7
damage
points of
input.
damage to them all. You are no longer invisible.
Yes. And I don't get more of those, unfortunately. And that was my. Yeah. That. How wide is the stairway?
Single file.
Yeah, since I'm out of Thunder Waves now, I'm gonna pop down the stairway, push them into a funnel. It wasn't gonna help me if to funnel them while I still had Thunder Waves. Now I'll push that. For the next round, that was 30.
You're at the top of the
I've already
steps.
used my- Yeah. If you want to give me my light, but otherwise, I'm good.
Freddy continues running. Movement to there.
Why do you go through that door?
And movement to there.
All right.
Why do you go in there?
Do you really not know? Or
No.
That's where you
there's
came
a
from.
wall, there's a wall in front of you, VMOC.
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell the way that the lighting works.
Oh yeah, he
in
couldn't
there,
see
'cause
us move.
Yeah, well, no, that happened to me as well. As the dim light doesn't make it very clear that that was a wall. That's why I was like, "What do you mean I can't go in there?" But yeah, if you look very closely, there is a wall there.
As Freddy is running past VMOC and sees him heading towards a wall, Freddy will call out, VMOC, this way! To Uthar!
Okay.
That's 30.
Go.
Okay.
Blast through that wall with all your abs.
I mean, if you want to take the shortcut and try and go through the wall, that's on you, but...
Roll strength check.
How hard is your skull check?
Well, he's not raging, so this could be bad.
Yeah, you're not the Juggernaut. I don't think it'll work out good for you.
No, it won't.
Character dies of concussion when you went to take your long rest to heal from your head injuries. There's a lingering wound system that nobody sees coming.
Bring us to Lizard Folk 1. 5 to 20. Hawkeye, you're up.
Just keep on running. So he went. Is this difficult?
Yep. So it would rise
Terrain?
up probably, let's see, probably 10 feet. So it would take all your movement to get to the top of the steps.
For the portal?
Yep. Hawkeye, you see Uthar at the top of these steps.
He looks confused.
I don't see any gargoyles though.
Well, you don't know
That's
they're
why
there
he
yet.
looks confused. He looks like he was expecting to get struck recently and didn't, and so he looks confused.
I'll hold my action to where I see the gargoyles, and I'll throw a flame at one of them.
Okay.
So that will be my held action for whatever one I see. I'm gonna throw produce flame.
Okay.
That idiot Jana got herself killed. That's funny. She is definitely gonna die and get eaten by lizard people.
All she had to do was stand still. They wouldn't
She
have
really
hit her.
just had to be cool for like 2 more minutes, and she could have at least gotten outside. Now she ain't even getting outside.
Gamna is going to use her cunning action to disengage. And her action to dash. 45. Ereva, you're up.
All right, Ereva is going to 5, 15, 20, 35. Go to the bottom of the stairs. Now, from the bottom of the stairs, can she can't see Hawkeye like up at the top, can she?
You can see her at the very top of these steps.
Okay. So does she see Uthar?
No.
Okay. Seeing Hawkeye hitting the top of the steps, she'll quick shout out, "Hawkeye, have you found him?
Yeah.
Is there immediate danger?"
Not that I see.
Okay, so then she will stay at the bottom, and she is actually just going to pull out her bow and arrow, and then she will hold her action in case she does see something other than Hawkeye and Uthar come down the stairs. Anything other than the two of them, she's shooting at it. And that's gonna be my turn.
All right. That brings us to Gargoyle 1. Going to make bite and claw attacks. Both are blocked. Is that still with disadvantage? No, it's not. They're just blocked. All right, VMOC, you're up.
All right, so he quickly makes a left-hand turn. To there, I guess. That's 40.
Yep.
That would be another 25 would be 65. Dashing still.
Mm-hmm.
He is rather dashing. So he's got 15 more to get to 80. He goes in the tower, I guess. This is the correct place to be, right? Hey, look, there's your Raven. So that was another 15, I think.
Yep, that should be 80.
Yep, that's it. He's there. Sees Ureba and he says, "Where is he?"
Ureva points. "I believe he is just at the top of the stairs. I can see Hawkeye," and she says he's right there.
And that's his turn.
All right, Lizard Folk 2. 15. 30. 55, 60. Dash action. Gargoyle 3. Also going to attack Uthar. The top of the steps. Both are
Oh,
misses. Well, you're at the
I thought
top of
that
the
was-
steps.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I'm not down the steps.
Yeah, you're
yet.
not
Okay,
down. You're
gotcha.
at the very top of the steps.
I can't see what they're doing on that side visually, so I was a little confused what they look like right now.
All right, Whispering Reed drops Entangle. And is going to move up. 30. And cast Entangle once more on Jamna. Position. Who fails and is now restrained.
So close.
Taking us to Uthar.
Okay, so number 1 and 3 were the two within. Those are the two that tried to bite on me, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'll drop my torch so I can retrieve my rapier, and I think number 1, because fuck that guy. He was the oldest of them. I assume I just kind of tossed my torch, over kind of that, just kind of letting it bounce down to the floor below me.
All right.
So as to not drop it directly on Hawkeye's head. And
Greatly appreciated.
I will just use the combat tracker to do this. Can't see him. Ooh, that's not gonna do. Then I will disengage and use what probably cost me 20 to get to out to here off the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, use 20 then. I'll use disengage. Yep. Use disengage to get away, and then hop down more or less next to-ish Hawkeye and look up and say, "It turns out they were gargoyles." So,
Gargoyles.
that's a Heflink. And I point up at the stairwell, of which they will be coming soon.
All right, Freddy, you're up.
Freddy's gonna use his movement to get inside the room. Right there. Does he see anybody on the stairs?
You would probably see Hawkeye's feet.
Yeah, Urava's at the base of them.
Okay.
Do you like my shoes?
Let's see. Did I hear gargoyles? Is that right?
You wouldn't have heard that. That's
Yes,
up. That's
Uthar
up
said
top.
gargoyle.
Up top?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's on the room up above.
I said, did I even hear that? Or did Urava even
Urava,
hear that?
you probably did, but Freddy was outside when that was said, so.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll come in and then say, what's going on?
Gargoyles.
Urava will look. I think I heard gargoyles. So remember, you're upstairs, Otto.
All right,
I
can
tried
I
to yell
roll
that.
roll something to learn about gargoyles? Let's see if I know anything about gargoyles.
Yes. Roll me a history check. All right, Freddy, you know that the inanimate gargoyles that perch atop great buildings are inspired by these malevolent creatures of elemental earth that resemble grotesque, fiendish statues. A gargoyle lurks among masonry and ruins as still as any stone sculpture and delights in the terror it creates when it breaks from its suspended pose, as well as the pain it inflicts on its victims. It is animate stone. Gargoyles cling to rocky cliffs and mountains or roost on ledges in underground caves. They haunt city rooftops, perching vulture-like among the high stone arches and buttresses of castles and cathedrals, and they can hold themselves so still that they appear inanimate. Able to maintain this state for years, a gargoyle makes an ideal sentry. They have a deadly reputation, having a reputation for cruelty, Statues carved into the likenesses of gargoyles appear in the architecture of countless cultures to frighten away trespassers. Although such sculptures are only decorative, real gargoyles can hide among them to ambush unsuspecting victims. A gargoyle might alleviate the tedium of its watch by catching and tormenting birds or rodents, but its long wait only increases its craving for harming sentient creatures. They are cruel servants. Easily inspired by the cunning of an intelligent master, they enjoy simple tasks such as guarding a master's home, torturing and killing interlopers, and anything else that involves minimum effort and maximum pain and carnage. Gargoyles sometimes serve demons for their propensity for wanton chaos and destruction. Powerful spellcasters can also easily enlist gargoyle guardians to keep watch over their gates and walls. Gargoyles have the patience and fortitude of stone, and will serve even the cruelest master for years without complaints. And they have an elemental nature, so a gargoyle doesn't require air, food, drink, or sleep.
These guys sound like a bunch of dicks.
And they do have natural damage resistances and immunities to some conditions.
Do I know what they are?
No, you do not.
Okay.
Trying not to game this because I play a character who literally summons gargoyles a lot, so I know a lot about gargoyles, but I swear I'm not using that knowledge against you.
Be wary, friends. Gargoyles are fiendish creatures. They're rather resistant to some types of damages, although exactly what, I'm not sure. Freddy will then hold an action and ready Eldritch Blast for any foe that comes within his line of sight.
All right.
End his turn.
All right. Lizard Folk 1 is going to go. $20, $25, and $30. Heavy Club and Spiked Shield comes out at Jamna. Both hit.
She's toast. No way she gets out of this. There it is.
None of you know what's going on.
All she had to do was frickin' sit still.
Oh, I know that's what she did.
Not that
Standing there.
Not that we would know Nomad, but so did they kill her or just knock her out?
We'll find out, maybe.
You will find out.
All right.
Hawkeye, what are you doing?
They're gonna eat her.
I'm gonna move over here off of the steps so people could come up the steps. And I still don't see these gargoyles, but Uthar said he was, I don't want to use the stairs, but just get off the stairs.
Yeah, I made it pretty clear to him.
Uthar said they're coming down, so I'm going to ready an action to throw up the produce flame again.
Okay.
And sorry, I'm trying to get to the combat tracker, and that's gonna be my turn.
Okay. Ereva.
Alright, seeing Vmok and Freddy come in, Ereva is like seeing Hawkeye move out to the top of the stairs. She is actually going to back off to leave like the bottom of the stairs free and look at Freddy and Vmok and just say, I heard something about gargoyles in there. I've never fought against one of these, but I want to keep my arrows trained. I do not do well in close quarters. And she'll like nod to the two of them. And again, she is just going to hold her action if anything except for anyone in her crew comes down those stairs.
All right.
And that action, she would shoot an arrow at them just for specific clarification purposes.
Gotcha. Vmok, you're up.
Vmok will take off towards the stairs. So it's 20, 30 to get to the stairs?
It should be 25.
Okay. Yeah, 25 to get to the stairs. 10,
So
30 to get up, or
20 to get up. So you could get like
20?
just below the next level with one movement.
okay. Whatever that is.
A dash
So that's
action.
a dash,
yeah.
though. That's a dash. Yeah.
No, that's one movement because you have 40 feet. So in
Okay,
order
so
to
one-
get to the next level, you'd have to dash.
That's to get. Do I need to go into the blue thing?
Yep.
Into the blue.
It's the stairs. Yes.
Hi, Bimok.
All right, VMOC, you see some forms at the top of these steps, but Uthar is on the ground level, off of the steps in this common room.
Wait a minute. Map.
That took 5 feet of movement to get to the bottom, or to get to the next level.
So am I in a dash still though?
Yeah, it would take 10 because it's 5 feet, but doubled for difficult terrain, so you have 30 feet of movement
Yeah.
left for your dash action.
Okay. So is my light? Am I under a torch on?
There's a torch on this floor already, but you would have lost any torch effect or
Right.
anything
Yep.
on you.
I got it back
Yes,
on.
I don't see
There
any
we go.
gargoyles though, right? I don't see any
No.
gargoyles.
You just know that there are some forms on the level above, on the 3rd level.
Okay. So I do see Uthar and Hawkeye.
Yes.
Yeah. You're on
What are you fighting? I heard noises and your thunder.
Yeah.
Freddy did just
Uthar
say
is
gargoyles.
a little banged up look, and he says, "I thought you were going to make me have all the fun. Big stone gargoyles upstairs. They strike much harder than you would expect.
Stone gargoyles.
Yes, think little statue that comes alive and bites.
Statues? You're fighting statues.
They're a live statue. Don't be dick, Vima.
They're up there. He points
Yeah,
up.
he points up and says, "At the top of stairs, they will start to bite."
I got enough movement to get there.
Yep.
They bite hard.
Hey, I am alive.
So,
There are 4.
uh,
4 of them, 1 of me, and I am still alive, so not that bad.
You can get to
is there a
the
reason to?
you can get to the next level and still have 10 feet of movement left.
Okay, so VMOC's gonna go. He's gonna
Yeah.
bonus action rage first.
Okay.
And as you run up the stairs, Uthar shouts down, hearing Freddy yell about gargoyles, says, "There is important things. We should clear the gargoyles."
Okay,
Vimok has idea.
and he's gonna go. Another huge map. I gotta.
Well, you're gonna see a very small part of a very huge map, so yes.
Okay. If you could fix my light again.
Yep. There we go.
Okay. Oh, they are big. Okay, so that's my turn though, right?
You still have 10 feet of movement left. You used a dash action and you used a bonus action. Yep.
All right, so B-Mark's gonna get here. He's like, oh. He yells back down, "You didn't say they were ugly!"
I'm pretty sure it was implied.
It looks just like you, VMOC.
He didn't hear that.
Or your next.
He's gonna stay right here. He doesn't want to provoke. Yeah, he doesn't want to provoke.
Well, you can still move and you won't provoke. You just can't move out of their threatened reach.
Well, where's this one that's in between squares?
Let me bring the map back up. Oh, right there.
Yeah. Oh, exactly where. Can I go over here?
So you may.
Okay, right there. So I passed my turn.
All right.
So I've used all my actions, my bonus actions, and that's it. Yep.
Correct.
Yep, you cleared the slate this turn.
Yep.
The gargoyle will assault the newest face, making bite and claw attacks against him.
Sucker,
Bima,
that's
you
exactly
are
what he
hit.
wants.
3 and 1 points of damage, both partially resisted.
Are they tickling me?
I told you, their
Uthar.
bite's not that bad. Actually, so that we don't have to do the actual map transfer, I'm gonna use some movement to run to kind of go down enough that I can see Freddy and Ureva downstairs, and point up and say, at the top of one floor and then another floor, there's a magical crazy contraption. I only had the moment to see it before gargoyles, but also found lockbox and papers. We have to go clear out gargoyles. I'm not going to go up to that floor because I don't want to chug the way with myself. So I'll basically just return to where I was and ready in action that if the gargoyles came down, I'd hit them. Or no,
Okay.
actually, I'd Sacred Flame them. Would make more sense.
Okay.
So yeah, I explain that to them and then head back to my spot and ready.
Got it.
Button. Go button. There it goes.
Freddy, you're up.
Alright, Freddy will ascend the stairs.
Sin? Oh, he's becoming a god.
Wasn't he already?
Well, yeah.
You think so?
That's 15 feet of movement. It will take 20 feet of movement to ascend to the next level.
Alright, I guess he's using his dash action. Up we go.
With 35, right? Yep, 35 feet, and you're at the bottom of the steps on the next level.
Fuck it. I guess we're going all the way up. So use another 20 to get me into the top. So that's 55. Oh man, map is huge.
Ah, they all are.
Yeah.
All right, Freddy,
You
you
were
see
big maps, actually
4
works out.
gargoyles spaced about the steps, one on the other side, perched up top.
Looks like there's one here. I only see 3.
There's one on.
Way up to the north.
Oh, up there. Okay, I wasn't zoomed out enough. I
was
see.
gonna say,
Okay.
they may have gone to the ceiling where they hide.
Yep.
Watch your back.
Bonus action.
Oh, that's right. You have.
I do.
Not like Vmok and Uthar.
I think that's gonna be it for this turn, actually.
All right, Gargoyle 2 going to attack Vmok. Biting and clawing at him. The bite hits. Vmok takes... Did it deal damage?
Didn't say it in the tracker at least.
Don't see a damage die.
Either.
Oh, okay. I know what happened. Targeting 2.
You bit his buddy, huh?
Oh,
yeah, you did. You tried to attack me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Uthar. Still targeting Uthar.
There we go. 3 points of damage, partially resisted. Gargoyle 4. Come down 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Bonus action to get over here on the head of the steps. Cannot attack because he had to dash. Or wait, no. He has fly 60. Yeah, so he can get there. He flies down. All right. Freddy going to get attacked. Shoot. Targeting both
Still
again.
attacking.
So targeting
Yep.
Uthar.
Because you're not on
You
the
missed me
map.
though.
Yep.
Dodges. Jukes.
Missed both. Okay. And this is where we will have to end the session.
Don't think, yeah, it's fine. I did a lot of damage to those guys for you. They got it. I'm not worried about those two.
Right.
I got a little worried when I thought I had to fight all 4 of them because 2, I was like, I can take 2 gargoyle. Oh wait, it's not 2. Shit.
All right, there we go. Session 8 went overtime, but I kind of wanted to get a little bit more of this fight just so that we could have some semblance of organization to it, I guess. And I will see you guys. But first,
You have
I
a quick
forgot
question.
historian.
Are we close to level 6 yet?
Now that we're doing milestone, you have to reach a certain thing. But once you reach the thing is when you will reach level 6. So it's not a.
I thought we were doing milestone. You
Yeah.
gave out XP, and I was like, that's weird.
Well,
Yeah.
that's just what happens. Because I have I have an extension that automatically does that stuff.
Gotcha.
So. Let's see, I forgot to do a historian, so I'm gonna roll that right now, real quick.
I guess that's what I was
Hawkeye.
asking was
So note that it's actually me. Because I said I'd take her next time to
Oh,
see.
right.
Okay. All right, so Ireva. Historian.
I do want to make it clear. When Uthar decided to go up those stairs, VMOC was with him, and then VMOC did leave, and John saw it. But I was like, no, Uthar wouldn't have seen that. He thinks he's got backup downstairs still. It's cool. I had to commit to that at that point.
Yep.
And I think, unfortunately, that is when I was visited by a household member, and I missed all that.
Unfortunate.
Sorry.
yes.
Everybody's
So-
alive. Who cares?
Here we are, finished up with the session. We will join again. I will be scheduling the session when I get that journal entry, so please get that journal entry in. And let's look forward to next Monday for session 9. We will continue.
forward to it.
So,
Whoop, whoop.
as far as being how close you are to reaching level 6, the contingency to reaching level 6, I really don't have a good gauge on. So it really depends on what you guys do in the castle now. It could be a couple sessions out, could be next session. I really don't know. Just to give
I was
you,
just wondering.
yeah, just to give you an idea of that. It's really contingent on what choices that you make and where you go next.
So it should be within the next month.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Thank you guys for
Good session,
joining.
guys.
Hope you had a good time. Hope you're
Everyone
enjoying the
Yeah.
campaign, and I
Well
will
done, everyone.
see you next time.
Have a good week, y'all.
Adios.
Take care.
All right, there we go. Session's over. Ready to go for the next one. I want to do some prep just for like fleshing out these maps a little more, giving them some actual like environments to see. Like I want to get like a little play icon for the telescope so that they actually have an idea of what it is and everything. I definitely got to do that. A little bit more DM prep on my end. Busy. But yes, I have to get going, so I can't do a whole long, drawn-out end. I do run 2 campaigns, running Mondays and every other Sunday. We should be playing this coming Sunday for my 4th edition game, my 4th edition campaign. This was the 5th edition. I also run Tavern League Encounters. If you want to learn more about that, one-shot epic boss encounters. Highly strategic, highly tactical. Join my Discord to get on that. as well as throwing me a follow, throwing me a like on my YouTube videos, following my YouTube channel, you know, doing all that good stuff. If you feel like supporting the community, throw me a subscription, and the subscriptions help actually maintain all this stuff and help all the work that I do and put into it, directly supporting the community, getting more stuff going. But definitely check that out. But I must say goodbye because I have to go to work. I have to leave in like a couple minutes to be on time. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you for checking this out. Thank you for all your support. Go ahead and tip those bad boys back. This is the final call. This has been the Tavern League.